Hey everybody, it's Marty from owingsart.com. That's OWINGSART.com. Hey, thanks for stopping by on my YouTube channel and checking out this review of the Staedtler Ergosoft colored pencils made in Germany. This is a 24-pack set. All the colors are right there. I'll show you more in a minute. Let's unbox this. I've already had these pencils out and working with them as I do in all my videos. I test the performance characteristics of each and every pencil in a set. So that's just what I did tonight, and let's talk about it, kick it off right now. So bam, there it is. It comes in this handy plastic case, which guess what? This thing doubles as a nice little stand, and I'm going to lower the screen here in a second and show you that. But first of all, let's pop this open. There's a little tab here that says open. You pull that up, and the pencils open right up. Then you fold this thing just like this, snap it in place, and you can set the pencils down just like this. All right, I'm going to lean you forward. Don't be alarmed. All right, just like that, you lean the pencils down, and they work great, so they're handy. You can pull them out just like that. All right, let's talk a little bit about the individual pencils for a second. Swing this back up. This is a Staedtler Ergosoft pencil, as I mentioned, made in Germany. The Germans are good pencil makers. Faber-Castell is made in Germany. Lyra brand is made in Germany. There's some other different types of pencils made in Germany, and they tend to be really, really good, or at least better than average in most cases. You'll see here there's a barcode on each and every of the pencils, and then there's a number right here. Right there. And as interesting as that is, it doesn't really correspond to anything of value for the end user. And by that I mean there's just there's no listing on this thing. There's no numbers on it as far as the pencil corresponding to. Now if you go on the Staedtler website, you can find something related to that. And here there's just a place to, I guess, write your name, but good luck writing it on this stuff. The other thing about these pencils is they're what's called easy grip, and they've got kind of a rubbery feel to them. So I think there's a little rubber on this case. Other thing you'll notice right away is it doesn't list the color, because the whole pencil is the color of the lead, of the core. One cool thing about a triangular pencil is if you have it on a surface, right, like this, and you tilt the surface one way or another. Whoa! Okay, my demonstration was shot right there. But normally, because I lean too far, if you lean a little bit left or right, the pencil stays in place, unlike a round pencil, which would obviously just roll right off the paper. So that's good. I guess the triangular shape is nice. One other thing you're going to notice right here is there's a white thing. What is that white, extra white bit around the core? Well, that's what Staedtler calls their ABS, or anti-braking system. And what it's made to do is prevent breakage. It gives a little coating right around the core to prevent breakage of the core. So, you know, that's interesting, but I think you give up some lead, some core with that, right? So take a look at that core, and that's a standard pencil. Let me grab a Faber-Castell Polychromos. So I'll just put the two side by side, and you can see the difference in core thickness. One is a nearly 4 millimeter core, that's the Faber-Castell right here, and this is a 3 millimeter core. So yeah, that's an immediate difference you're going to notice. Does Staedtler save money on that? Maybe, but their gimmick is, hey, we're going to have less breakage. Your experience may vary, mine did as well. I had a hard time getting these pencils sharp. I tended to break them quite a bit in this normal everyday German Alvin sharpener. So I'll give this a turn or two, and they don't sharpen the easiest, I'll say that. And then, but that one's okay. You can see that's not too bad. But it tended to leave a few bite marks in the casing. Overall, though, not terrible. And I didn't have a ton of breakage, but I did have a little bit of breakage. So I'll show you exactly what I did in putting these pencils to the test now. Okay, So here is what I did. I lay all the colors out, as I do in all of my videos, and I just see how they lay down. I check for vibrancy, how easy they are to blend, what's the erasability. So I'm going to tilt this down a little bit and talk a little bit more about that. Okay, so the colors went down nice. They're nice and smooth. The reds, the greens, the blues, they're all pretty vibrant. Ran into a little problem, though, with the darker colors. So the Van Dyke brown, for instance, right here, not as brown, not as dark and deep as I'd like the brown to be. And then if you look a little bit, this black right here, that's the black that comes in the set. It's more like a Payne's gray than a black. I'd like my blacks to be really deep and dark. Because that's when I'm going to use a black. I don't want it to be a Payne's gray. And it went down darker a little bit when I blended it than it seemed to do here when I just was drawing with the pencil itself. So in here you can see some of my notes regarding the colors I used to draw these oranges. Okay, so I tried to use a good mix to draw them. And they seem to come out okay. The color is not as deep and dark as I'd like it to be, but hey, that happens. I guess if I spent more time laying the color on or layering it more, maybe I'd get some deeper and darker colors, and you could see sort of that richness come through. But overall, pretty good. They performed well. These Ergosoft pencils made in Germany tend to be a value. Like for instance, I found this set of 24 on eBay for $18 free shipping. That's not too bad. So let's talk a little bit about the pros and cons of this set. And first of all, the pros are it's got nice blending properties. I like the way these pencils blend. They seem to be pretty good. And as far as blending goes, now I used a blending stump, not a full-on blender, but that's an indication that that'll do pretty well. It's got a nice variety of colors in the 24-pack set. They're nice pigments. It's easy to hold and grip, and this case is just great. I think this is nice. Prismacolor does a similar thing with their cases, and I think even Faber-Castell might with some of their larger sets. I think the lid just opens up and folds back, but that's really handy to be able to set that up and grab these nicely. Now, some of the cons. One of them I already mentioned is the black is really not dark enough for me. I mean, if you're going to make a black pencil, make it black. Just go full on. Don't make it Payne's gray. The lead cores still break from time to time. They're better, they're good, but they're not great. Occasionally I got some breakage. And sharpening can be a little tough sometimes with these Staedtler pencils. Otherwise, they're great pencils, and I give them probably about a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. That's above average, and it's pretty far above average, really. And if you think about it, for the price, and you're getting pretty good quality here, I'd call it slightly above student grade quality, just right above the edge of artist grade. So you're just entering that artist grade. I mean, you can certainly do nice drawings with these. These could be used as weapons of mass creation, no problem, but they wouldn't be my first choice. They're not a bad choice, but again, I spend a little bit extra money and use the Faber-Castell Polychromos pencil or the Caran d'Ache. If you want to spend a lot of extra money, you can use the Caran d'Ache. That's really about it for the Staedtler colored pencils. Yeah, a 7 on a 1 to 10, they're good. So next time you tune in, I'm going to, when I get a chance, I'll work on a review of these Derwent sketching pencils. These are lead pencils right here, 4 in a pack. I'll do some sketches, I'll test these out, and I'll post that review soon. So I want to thank all of the people who've been leaving questions on my channel and just dropping some love. That's great. I also want a special shout out to Stacy Crummett, who runs the Colored Pencil Graphite Facebook page. If you haven't found that, just look it up. Look for Stacy Crummett, or just you can look for me on Facebook. My name is Marty Owings. All right, thanks a lot. And if you get a chance, go check out owingsart.com. That's OWINGSART.com. And I hope you get some time to draw today. Thanks, everyone.